Welcome everyone. Today's video, let's have a bit of a catch up. It's been a little while since we've just relaxed a little bit and we've had a bit of a chat. What's been going on and what's good with you. So, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Hello. Seems strange, doesn't it? Always on the go, always just next job, next job in the garden, next job. So it's nice to do these. I think I've done a couple of these vlogs now, and I've quite enjoyed just talking to you guys. So it's been good. So let's talk a little bit about some plans that we've got for the garden. Sorry if I'm boring anybody, if you already know some of the bits that I've got coming up, but it's just nice to recap for you guys. So one big thing that's going to change in the garden around this decking area is the pots that I have placed out. They look fantastic. I really love them. They add quite a lot of sort of depth next to the summer house, and that's finally finished. I can't believe it. But it's ruining the decking. Now the decking was already here when we moved in, and it already wasn't in great condition. Obviously, me loading a load of water on it daily is taking its toll. So I'm gonna have to move the pots off the actual decking area. All but one. I think Ralph's gonna stay. Ralph's behind me. It's the big Brugmansia, looking fantastic. I've been actually giving this sulfate of potash kind of every 3 weeks. Last time I counted, it was about 20 buds coming on the plant, so it's going to be a real show. Fingers crossed it's yellow. Bought it as a yellow, but honestly, I don't mind what colour it is. Just be nice to have some Brugmansia scented flowers in the garden. So that's staying. This is going to have to go. However, I quite like the look of the harsh decking, because I'm starting to already think about my pond build and what I need to do in order to make this a success. I've actually got a call this week with a guy called the Koi Perspective magazine, Joe. I'm really looking forward to this. He's got a really successful YouTube channel. He's all about growing on koi, and I know very little about fish, right? All I know is that I really want a pond, but I want to know how to best care for them. So I figured that's going to be the best foot forward. So I'm starting to look at filtrations, filters, pumps, and all that sort of good stuff, because I do want everything I do in my garden, I've done on the cheap. Apart from the tree fern, which was a birthday present, and an olive, which was exactly the same, some money I had for my 40th birthday. They cost me a few quid. I think the tree fern was nearly 200 and the olive was £100. I never spend that kind of money, and I felt pretty guilty doing it. Everything else in the garden has been, I'm gonna say, no more than about £12-15 per plant. And I've engineered it that way because I'm a real lad for gardening on a budget, with a young family, and I really want it to resonate, hopefully that's the right word, to you guys out there, that you can do things on a budget and it still look fantastic. This is my 3rd season, and the garden looks fantastic for its 3rd year. I'm super happy with it. Imagine what it's going to look like, in a few more years, with some of the investments that I'm making in the garden. And there'll be loads more to make, which we'll come on to a little bit later on in the video. So I'm gonna start to put a little bit of money aside for, it's raining. Start to put a little bit of money aside for good filtration and a good pump and a good liner, ready for December. Where I'm actually going to dig it out by hand. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do it. I've got rocks from the front, which I'm going to sort of place around while I'm off. I'm going to have just a day just pottering in the garden. I'm going to start placing some rocks around. I want my decking to drop straight off, and almost so you could have your legs dangling in if you wish. They won't be, but that's the idea. I want to drop off straight off this decking here, straight to the pond, and it's going to be no deeper than my daughter. So if heaven forbid she goes in, she falls in, she can just stand up and it'll be, you know, it'll be fine. Which is still plenty deep enough. It's still gonna be plenty deep enough for the winter periods for the koi to go to the bottom of the pool. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to start to just save a little bit of money, because I just want to throw a little bit of money at good filtration and a good pump and things like that, as well as thinking about Santa coming in December as well. So I've got all that to juggle, which I've never done that before. I've never done that. Like I say, I think my biggest expense was my presents. Other than that, my hand in my own pocket, I'm probably talking £15-20 at the absolute maximum for a plant. But it's coming good because everything's looking fantastic. So the pots have got to move, so I've got to make some room for them. I might get a little bit of planting done. I'll certainly make a video on it, and it will free up the decking, because I actually really loved it, the decking just being open and free with nothing on it, just a summer house, some lights, and that's it. I actually looked at it and I thought, I don't like the furniture on it. So yeah, it's funny how things change, because I like the furniture and now I don't like the furniture. So, and I like the look of it without anything on it. So yeah, so that's that. So the pots are gonna have to come off, and they're gonna have to go around the garden, and then it's all for what the summer house decking is going to look like with the pond build. So I'm really excited about that. There's nothing more I want to do big wise in the garden, because I'm a bit of a sucker for starting a project and not finishing. And please let me know down below, do you guys like start something and not quite see it through? Because I'm a bit of a sucker for it, but I'm really proud of myself for this. If you haven't seen the video, I bought an £80 summer house back in 2025. Yeah, so just last year. And £80, and the total cost of it all in was 200, just shy of £200. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it. For £200, I'm really pleased. They got sold as an 8x8, but it's not. It's like nearly 12 foot in length with the roof by 8. So so I'm really pleased with that. I've got a couple of paintings I need to finish in the greenhouse, and that will be done. So no real big expenses, so I can start concentrating on the pond. And then there will be some winter evergreens added this coming winter. So there is some things I do want to add. I want to add some more Schefflers, some certainly some Taiwaniana. I really want to add some more Fatsias. There's a variety called a Polycarpa, which is like a slender leaf one, which I'm really excited about. I want to add that, and I want to add some Choisias as well. They're like my top 3. And then also I do want to add a couple more palms, as the palms are starting to take off in the garden now. The one and only that went in when we first moved in is really starting to grow now, so I'm very excited about that. And it's just nice to see the garden mature at the pace that it is. Zinnias then. Zinnias, they only took 2 days to come up, so I did them at towards the end of July. And the great thing about zinnia seeds is they'll germinate quickly, and if we have an extended period where the frost don't come to at least end of October, which we should be fine here in the UK, they will give you a decent amount of flowers as well. So I'm excited about that. They're going to go in the dahlia bed. The dahlia bed is just starting to take off. The flowers and buds are just starting to open, which feels like it's been a little while, but I was a little bit late to the game. But come September, I'll be in full flow of dahlias, so I'm really excited about that. So it took a little while this year with the heat wave. Even though they're native to Mexico, they've really quite struggled to get established. And I probably haven't been the best at watering them. The rear gardens certainly took the priority this year. Front gardens took a massive step back, which wasn't the plan. But with everything that's kind of happened this year, I've kind of just had, for my own sanity, I've just had to just concentrate on the rear garden and make that my happy place. And boy, let me tell you, like, coming out here and getting stuck into jobs in the garden, I've loved it. So I'm currently exactly halfway through a 3-week shutdown from work. I'm absolutely loving it, but I haven't spent any time in the garden. So as life is, everybody wants to see you. You never get a chance to see people, family and friends properly. First week, every day, we were like booked up. We were out. We actually went to the Ross-on-Wye River for my father-in-law's birthday, which we canoed down that, which was ace. That was about 6 hours or so with a break. That was brilliant experience. I recommend anyone does that. So we canoed all the way down Ross-on-Wye, and then me and Tobes and John went fishing. Oh, I've got the young Robin here, literally about 3 foot away from me. Me, Tobes and John, we went fishing. So it's really important as well, like, you've got to have time out of things to get things, you know, done in your head, and that time away, that mental break from stuff. And fishing was something that I never knew I loved. It's a bit of a strange story, really, and I'll tell you it. So I don't talk about it much anymore because I banged on about it all the time at one point. But I had a bit of a medical emergency back in 2024. The end of 2024 season, my appendix actually burst. There's the Robin, if you can see him in shot. I can't believe that. He's literally just behind the camera. 2024, I had a bit of a medical emergency. My appendix burst, and on recovering from that, I wasn't very well. But on the recovery, I started watching koi videos, and because I don't know why, I think because I couldn't do anything, I was like, I don't know. You look for different things to watch, don't you? It's not always about gardening, is it? Even though we love gardening, you know, it's not your whole personality. And I grew up around fish a little bit. My old man had a pond and this, that, and the other. So I started watching koi fish, right? And this guy took a trip to Japan and started looking at koi fish, which was great. Then he built a pond. Then I noticed this guy went fishing, right? And it's something that never interests me. And because I couldn't go anywhere and do anything, I had a bit of a long recovery from it. I watched more and more fishing videos, and it just something in me wanted to start fishing, and I've never wanted to do that in my whole life. So anyway, me, Tobes and John, we went fishing for the first time this year, and it was fantastic. Caught loads actually, but caught a lovely mirror carp, which I'll insert a photo now. And it kind of made my day. They went off for some breakfast, so I caught it, netted it, and like filmed a little bit of it, and I was so happy with it. And you know, that makes a massive difference to your mental health. Keeping yourself doing the things that you love is so important to a healthy sort of mentality towards mental health, because it is very easy to get stuck in the ways of not thinking the most healthy thoughts. So I guess, you know, what I'm saying is keep yourself busy, keep yourself doing things you absolutely love. Fishing, I can't believe how much I love fishing. And my garden, this is my happy place. This is what I love doing. This is what I love sharing. I love hearing every single person's comments, experiences. I don't always get a chance to reply, but let me tell you, I always read them. And I never thought I'd be that guy who said, oh, you know, I might not get a chance to reply, but I read every single one. And you think, yeah, whatever. But at night I do, because if I get bogged down in trying to reply to everybody, I don't read the good stuff, and by you commenting and leaving me your comments, it goes in and it keeps me moving forward. It keeps moving forward in the garden, on the channel, and it keeps me feeling good as well, which is really important. Whereas if I try and reply to everything, I'm not getting through everything, and I kind of got bogged down in it. So I kind of had to make a little bit of peace with replying and just definitely reading them all, if that makes sense. So let me just thank you for everyone who does do that. And I don't do it on purpose, but I absolutely I love reading all the comments. And yeah, and I'm all right, you know, because we had the episode with Frank and stuff, and that, you know, that was definitely a tough time in the family's life, and I shared some of it here on YouTube, which was felt like it was necessary. And we, you know, unfortunately we had some more bad news with a close auntie of mine passing away, and you know, she'll be missed. We absolutely loved Paula, and that was this week. So, you know, things are coming thick and fast at the minute, but we've got to stay positive, you know, and keep busy, keep doing the things you love. And I think that's, as I'm getting older, that's some of the best advice I can give you guys. Keep yourself in the garden, keep doing the things you love. Don't put yourself in a box either, you know. Try loads of different things. Like fishing, I was never interested in fishing. I had zero, and I mean zero interest. And then all of a sudden I wanted to try it, and I love it. And it's more about, I think it's more about being on the lake, because when you're in the garden, even me sitting here now, I'm looking at the jobs that I need doing, and I think I need to do that in a minute. I need to do that. For me personally, when I'm fishing, you just think about fishing. I can't explain it, but I've never had a hobby, apart from football in my younger years, and I'm certainly not fit enough for that anymore, where you just think about fishing. I think that's really important, that you give yourself that break, because you deserve it, and we all deserve that little bit of mental calmness with everything going on. And I think I've droned on long enough. How long have I been talking to you guys for? Far too long. Far too long. Well, if you made it to this point, let me thank you, for watching, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. You guys have changed my life. Even, you know, I look at the big YouTubers with the big views, and I think, wow, they're doing all right. But let me tell you, you've changed my life just by watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and this is only the beginning, right? I'm going to end it here. Let me tell you, I appreciate every single one of you, and until tomorrow, I'll see you in the garden. You take care.